Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a vlog. Well, this weekend we're going to be doing a vlog because we are going to Thought Bubble Convention in Harrogate. Super excited for this one. I've been waiting all year. This is our last major event of 2023. Obviously got a few markets after this and towards the end of the year, but in terms of events of this size, this will be our last one of the year. It's also our first time going to Thought Bubble, so we're super excited. So today is Friday, which is setup day. It's just after 2 o'clock, so we're going to be setting off probably within the next hour or so to get there for 4, because that's when the setup times open. So yeah, super excited. We've got a few new things with us this weekend as well. The major one being the Dungeon Delvers graphic novel. Now this is my first ever graphic novel. It took about, I think it was about 9 months to write it all and get it all put together. It has been released in single issues. It was a 5-issue series, but a lot of them are running low or have already sold out, so I've put them all together as a graphic novel so you can read the entire story. So I'm really excited to see how they do this weekend. And I've also got a couple of blank covers of Dungeon Delvers 1. So here's what I ordered. I've got a few of these, and the idea is that I'm going to hand draw alternative covers on the front of them. So I've already done a couple that I can show you. First one is of the Academy. Now this is where, if you haven't read the Dungeon Delvers series, the Academy is sort of a really prestigious school where all the young cats and kittens get selected to go and train based on their skill set. In this series, Iggy and Travis were fortunate enough to be selected, and that's how the story starts, and it sort of escalates from there. And the other alternative cover that we've got, this is not really a spoiler, but it happens sort of in the first issue. Iggy gets a really cool sword, so I featured that on the cover of that one. So I've got a few more of the blank copies, so I'm trying to get as many done as possible. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you already know the story of this week, and basically everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, but as of today everything is sort of back on track. So I only got the graphic novels and those blank covers this morning, so I woke up, they were delivered as I was waking up, so I had to run downstairs to get them, and pretty much since then I've been working non-stop to try and get them all ready and do as many covers as I can. So obviously I've just done the 2 that I've shown you. I'm going to try and get a 3rd done before we set off. The likelihood of me finishing that is pretty slim, but I can make a start anyway, and then when we come back tonight I'll just finish it, because I was going to do a few more tonight anyway, see how they do tomorrow, and if they're doing well, then when we come back then I can do a fresh batch for Sunday as well. But I don't particularly want to overwork myself just to find out that none of them sell, so I figured if I have like a selection of 3 or 4, that should be enough to sort of test the waters. But yeah, I will leave it here, like I say, setting off in an hour. I will see you all in Harrogate. Hey everyone, so as you can see we are at Thought Bubble now. We have actually been here a couple of hours, but we got lost a few times and it was a little bit of a stressful moment, so we figured we were just best cracking on setting up and then show you all when it's done. We've got our super posh lanyards, which makes me feel all important. But yeah, I will show you how we've done it this time. So I mentioned on social media and on Patreon that we are reduced to a half table. Turns out I didn't know I had as much stock as what I did, and it proved quite challenging, but we got there in the end. So the banner with me and the kitties on the front with one of the tote bags. Obviously Comic-Con, obviously Thought Bubble is all about comics, so we've got the lineup on the front. Here is the 2 alternate covers that I drew earlier today. Hopefully I got through half of one this afternoon, so I'll finish that tonight when I get back. More comics on this side. The Dungeon Delvers single issues are running extremely low, so hopefully they can go fairly quick. And then the main focus for this weekend is the graphic novel, which is obviously bang in the centre. We've got stickers and prints, scrunchies and t-shirts all around the sides here. And then because we're on the end table, we've managed to cheat the system a little bit, so we've got tote bags on the edge and then a couple of prints running on the side as well. So there's a couple of reasons for that. One, obviously as you can see, we just didn't have the space for them, and 2, if people are walking around us, not necessarily down our hallway, people can still see that from a distance and then think, oh, I'll come over and check it out. So we've got, you can basically see us from different angles, which has worked out pretty well. But Beth has informed me that a McDonald's is needed, so we're gonna leave it here and go get some tea. I'll probably leave this for tonight, to be honest, and I will check back in the morning. Cheers, guys.
Good morning, everyone. It is officially day 1 of Thought Bubble. I did not sleep at all last night. I think I'm excited. But yeah, I was literally waking up like every half an hour, so fun times. It's about, what time? I think it's about 7:30. You don't technically have to be there until just before 10 o'clock when the public come in, but there's just a couple of bits I just want to neaten up when we get there, and find some coffee and get breakfast, because when I woke up this morning I forgot that we ran out of coffee the other day and we just haven't been to get some more. So my morning routine is wildly thrown off course. I'm having to have a cup of tea, which isn't the end of the world, but it is. So yeah, I'm gonna get myself sorted, have my tea, hopefully go get some breakfast. I'll see you all in Harrogate for day 1.
Good morning, everyone. We've just got back to Harrogate. If you can't hear, it is pretty much chaos. I think this is probably the most chaotic setup that we've been to. Beth is having a super great time. Yeah, thankfully the table has stayed up, which is the main thing. The banner has fallen off and we've lost a clip, but that's fine. So yeah, we've got it all set up. We've got coffee and breakfast. I think it's about 15-20 minutes before we set up. So we're gonna try and chill as much as possible, but there's also like no space behind the table because of how the layout is. It's like it's sort of like a horseshoe shape, so there's 3 of us sort of all crammed together, plus we're on a half table, so we're sharing as well, so there's like no space. But yeah, it's very warm, so I'm going to take my hoodie off and we will see how the day goes, and I'll check up partway through. What a flipping nightmare. So obviously I said earlier that we really didn't have much space. I didn't appreciate how little space we had, so literally like 5 minutes before we opened, I just had to take the suitcase and run to the car, which is a 10-minute walk away. So I've just had to run there and back so that we've got a bit more space. Beth, being the angel that she is, just sorted out some space, so the stress has eased a little bit. I'll keep you updated throughout the day. It is so chaotic in here, but I just had to nip away from the table for a little bit to go see Engine Comics. This year they have revived the Red Eye annual magazine. If you don't know what Red Eye is, it's basically a yearly annual that celebrates everything in the small press comic world. Dungeon Delvers has been featured, which is why I went to go get the book, so I can show you that later on, which is really exciting. But yeah, so far so good. It's just ridiculously busy. So I had to come outside for some fresh air. It's just after lunchtime. Doesn't seem to be quieting down, and there's still a queue around the corner. I'd love to film inside, but it's like literally just stand still. So it's good, but kind of stressful. But yeah, so far so good. Just after 2 o'clock now, I've just had to find a quiet corner to film in, because it's like, I don't know how the camera's picking it up, but it's like really, really loud. But yeah, so far it's been pretty amazing. This morning was relatively slow, and I wasn't panicking, but like I was aware. And then by lunchtime, it literally just blew up out of nowhere, and it's like pretty much been non-stop ever since. So if you're watching this, a huge thank you to everyone who's visited so far. Obviously we're only halfway through the first day, and we've got tomorrow as well. But yeah, super happy so far, and very much looking forward to bed. We've just got back. Apologies I didn't film much in the afternoon. It was just crazy busy, like I said earlier. The morning was quite slow, but from lunchtime afterwards it just sort of took off, which is great. So yeah, we've just got home. A huge thank you to everyone who came to visit us. Obviously we're back tomorrow at the same time. So yeah, next thing is to get some tea, because I haven't eaten since lunchtime and it's just a sandwich, so I'm hungry. But yeah, I'll check back with you all in the morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thought Bubble day 2 today. So tired. Yeah, day 2. Finish at 5 today instead of 6, so at least we can get out a little bit earlier. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm so tired. Yeah, yesterday was super great. We came back and we actually got ourselves a little haul, so that was nice to look through. Spotted a few more bits as well when we were walking around, so hopefully we can get those today. Yeah, I will see you all back in Harrogate.
Morning everyone. So we've just got back to Harrogate. Stopped off for some breakfast and coffee, so if you can't tell, I'm feeling a lot better than what I was earlier. Pretty much kept things the same. I've just changed a few bits, and that is just putting the last 2 of Trash Bag Chicken Bones out, because they're the only 2 copies that I have left, and putting the notepad out as well, because that's the last one that I have left. I've moved the graphic novel to the front because it used to be there yesterday, but I want this to be a little bit more front and centre and focused. But yeah, other than that, everything is the same. So yeah, check back in later on and let you know how day 2 goes. So apologies if you can't hear me. It's still pretty loud in here, but I realise it's like 15 minutes before we close and I haven't filmed all day. Definitely a lot slower than yesterday, but still a great day overall, a great weekend overall, especially with it being our first time here. This as well is one of the rare occasions where we actually got a little haul, so I probably won't do it tonight because if you can't see, I'm very, very tired. But probably tomorrow I'll do a little recap of the haul that we got on of the weekend. But yeah, a huge thank you to everyone who's visited us this weekend. I hope you all had a great time, and fingers crossed I'll see you all next year. Well, the dust has finally settled from Thought Bubble now. We're actually a few days after. I took a couple of days off to rest because, as you can see from the videos, it was extremely busy and I can't remember the last time I had a break, so I just fancied taking one before the next event, which is this weekend, and it's pretty much every weekend up until Christmas now. But yeah, a huge thank you to everyone who came to see us. It was our first time at Thought Bubble, so we weren't sure what to expect, but we had an amazing response from everyone who came to visit us, and it really does mean the world to know that you guys love what I'm doing. So yeah, we also got a haul, which I think I mentioned earlier on, which I will show off. But before we get to that, I realised that I said I was going to visit the Engine Comics stall to get the Red Eye Annual, and I never showed it off. The reason that I went to go and get this was because back in August, Barry Renshaw, who's the sort of creator of this, reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be featured in the annual. So it's focused on small press creatives and independent comic makers, and I got featured for Dungeon Delvers. So there's a picture of one of the pages there and then a neat little write-up about the series. I'm not too sure if they're going to have these online or anything, or if it was just the Thought Bubble exclusive, but if you search Engine Comics, then it should come up there. Yeah, we also got a load of free gifts as well. Usually when we do Comic-Cons and events, people like to either give us things directly or like just leave nice little presents on the table for us to find, which is super sweet and is like one of my favourite things to happen. And that happened quite a lot this weekend. You can see that little green thing there. That was one that happened a while ago at a market. I'm still not entirely sure what it is, but a few people have said they think it's a coaster, which it could be. But yeah, we also got this weekend, this is my favourite thing ever, it's, I don't know if it'll focus, but it's this cute little cat charm, lucky cat charm, a little bell that rings. Obviously everything I do is cats, so I just thought this was the cutest thing ever. This was left on the table. I'm not too sure who left it, or if it was a mistake. If it was, I'm really sorry. But yeah, it felt like a nice little message, like the good luck cat. And we also got a couple of mini DIY comics that are quite similar to the DIY ones that I make. There's these two little girls, like 8 or 9 years old, came up. They were looking at our stall all weekend, so I think they liked what I was doing. And then yeah, they came up and gave us these two mini comics, which I just thought was the cutest thing ever. Obviously, one of my main goals for writing comics is to get kids into reading them, to make them family friendly, like fun for all ages. So to have like two little kids come up and give me comics that they've actually made was really sweet. And they're actually really good as well. Yeah, Batkid is, keep an eye out for Batkid, because really good. And yeah, we got a haul as well. We got a ton of prints. I will try and find the respective artists and tag them in some format or another. But yeah, we went a bit wild with prints. There were so many talented people there this weekend. So we came back with a bunch of artwork to decorate the house, because we haven't sort of updated it in a while, and we just want to like freshen it up and have artwork that's more representative of us now. So as you can see, we've got tons of prints that need to find homes and frames. Also, just a couple of comics this weekend. This was given to me when I bought the Red Eye Annual from Engine Comics. I think this is just like a sort of like a little sneak peek of things that they're working on. It's a lot of sketches and things like that. And we also got Noodle Wrangling. Noodle Wrangling is a short hourly comic by Anna Redman. If you don't know who Anna is, she's quite well known around Leeds. She used to work at OK Comics, and I believe she does this full time now. So yeah, this is just like a little hour by hour comic that illustrates her day. I read this when we got home, had me laughing out loud, which is quite rare for me. But yeah, really awesome short story. And yeah, I believe that was everything that we got. So yeah, a huge thank you to everyone who came out to see us. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did. Give it a comment on what you think to our haul, what you thought to the table, and if you think we should go back next year. If you really enjoyed this video, then Iggy and Travis are recruiting for their Cult of on Patreon. You can sign up for as little as £1 a month, and you even get a 7-day free trial to see what it's all about, and you get access to videos like this before they go live on YouTube, behind the scenes content, projects that are in the works, and a bunch of other benefits as well, and I'll leave the link to that in the description below. So a huge thank you to everyone who made this weekend what it was. Hopefully we can do it again next year. I've already got a couple of Comic-Cons booked that I'll reveal closer to the time. But yeah, thank you everyone. I hope you all enjoyed and have an amazing rest of your day.